Avenue for a bank holiday special, a Dorset derby with so much at stake for the Magpies chasing promotion and the Dolphins looking to stay in the division for next season. It's Dorchester Town against Poole Town, and it's an absolutely brilliant atmosphere already at the Avenue Stadium. Before we go through the two teams, I'm delighted to say the summariser today is Taffy Richardson, who's played with great distinction for both of these clubs. Good afternoon, Taffy, how are you?
Good afternoon, Cliff. Lovely to be back. This is amazing.
You're loving this atmosphere, yeah?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's so special at the moment. It just leads up to being a brilliant game.
Let's hope it is. Now, we could have joy from either set of teams today and supporters, because if Dorchester win and Havant and Waterloo will drop points at Gosport, Dorchester would secure their playoff place. But if Poole Town win, that'll be good enough for them for another season in this division. Or if they get a point and teams below them don't get any points today, there's a very slim chance both sets of supporters could be happy, which is if Poole get the win, if Dorchester get the victory, Havant slip up, and all the teams below Poole drop points, because Poole have got a vastly superior goal difference to some of the teams down there. So we could have delighted sets of supporters from both sides, or nothing could be decided today. It could all go down to Saturday, the last day of the season, with everything still alive. And of course we'll try and keep you across, give you updates on what's happening in those other derby games which could affect the fortunes of Poole and Dorchester. Havant and Waterlooville have got a derby at Gosport Borough, and Winchester City are also in relegation trouble just outside the drop zone at the moment. They are at AFC Totton, who are second in the table. And Basingstoke Town are in the relegation zone. They're away to Marlow, the team at the bottom of the table today. They would like to think they would get the points there, because they got a very tough final game at Winklebury against the champions-elect Merthyr Town. Merthyr should be confirmed champions today. They are pretty much in everyone's books. They're 6 points clear of Totton with a superior goal difference. Here, of all the jeopardy, I think this is the best game to be at today. Let's go through the two teams. Noah Crisp is in goal for Dorchester Town. Jack Dixon wears 2. Ollie Haste is 3. Will Spetch, number 4. Jordan Ngalo is 5. Wes Fogden is back in the team, number 7. Corby Moore, he's number 8. Olaf Kojela is 9. Shakil Gwengwe is 10. Luke Roberts is number 12. And Matt Buse wears number 15. And Tom Killick substitutes today: Wayne Robinson, Brett Pittman, Marcus Dawes, Ian Turner and Luke Pardo. Pittman, who came off the bench to get the winning goal last time out at Frome Town to keep the Magpies in a playoff position and relegate Frome, he then later got sent off, so his suspension does not kick in today. After today, we wait to see with the result of the appeal of the suspension to see if his season is over for Dorchester or if he can play a further part. Poole Town have got Ben Taylor in goal. Harry Thomas back in the side alongside Christos Batzelis. In defence with Josh Staunton and Jamie Wiskin, the captain. Billy Lowes, Ezio Torre, Christian Campbell, Selim Saeed, Harvey Slade and Charlie Davis make up Poole Town's starting 11. Substitutes: Tyreek Clark, Tom Hewlett, Oakley Hanger, Jamar Smith and Charlie Stevens. In terms of the last game, the changes in the team: Wes Fogden in for Marcus Dawes. That's the only Dorchester change from the win at Frome. And for Poole, we've got Harry Thomas and Charlie Davis back in from the side that beat Swindon Supermarine last time out 3-0. Tyreek Clark and Oakley Hanger dropped to the bench. And substitute last time out Sam Ashton, he's suspended today, so Jam Smith back in the team. Well, the team's not out on the pitch yet, even though it's only 1 minute ahead of the scheduled kick-off time. There might be a slight delay, judging by that. Any surprises in the two selections for you there, Taffy?
No, not really. I mean, Charlie Davis coming in. Charlie likes a big occasion. He's a confident lad, and this game's going to be about mentality. And you've got to be confident, and you've got to be assured of yourself. And it's about characters taking hold of the game and not hiding. You need everyone to be out there, everyone to put it in. And Charlie's one of those characters, so I think he'll do well today.
And so many potential stories, because I've got 4 players for Poole that used to play for Dorchester and 6 players for Dorchester that used to play for Poole. There might even be more that I've missed, but you know, these derby games, there's always, you know, someone does something special against their former club.
Always away, and I used to love playing in these. And yeah, you want to be that person who makes the difference, and you want to score against your old club. Don't listen to anyone that says they don't want to celebrate. You want to celebrate when you score that goal, and if I scored today, I'd be celebrating.
So Poole Town fans, they've got about a quarter of the ground. They've just been led in their portion. They've been given behind the goal, and they're running that way. So as we look across from the halfway line to the left corner flag, Poole have got that part, and then half the goal away to the left. The rest of the ground is for Dorchester supporters. They've got a drummer behind the goal away to our right, making plenty of noise in their black and white vertical stripes as always. And Poole Town, who traditionally play in red, are in an all light blue away kit today. And a moment for Glenn Howes to chat with Pat and Joe, the managers of Poole Town, Pat Sarachi and Joe Lee, taking on the Poole Town job after the club parted company with Steve Tully earlier in the season. And of course, you know, you've got a massive story that, without irony, that Poole Town let Tommy Killick go as the manager, and he rocked up at Dorchester and made them better than they'd been in quite a few years.
Yeah, that was always the case. Tom manages really well, and he from the first minute he got in the club, he changed things about and made them a better team, a proper team, and more together. But to be fair to the Poole, Pat and Joe, they had a really tough job to do, and they've you can always stop goals conceded and make it difficult, but it's hard then to score goals. But they've changed it about, so fair play to them.
6 wins from their 17 games in charge, but 5 wins from the last 7. Where they would be without those 5 wins could have been dead and buried already. But they didn't have a honeymoon period, but what they've done in the last few weeks have turned things around. And there were 2 players really impressed me on Good Friday, and that was the new signings who scored the goals. Christian Campbell wears number 14, and number 16 Salim Saeed. And they scored 2 goals each in the 4-0 win against Swindon Supermarine, and they could be, if they play that well today, they could be extremely dangerous here at the Avenue. Getting ready to kick off. It's going to be about 3 minutes past 3 by the time we get things underway. Dorchester going from right to left. And today's referee is Paul Barber, assisted by Spencer Chinook and Lucas Bomella. And the train goes right behind and sounds the horn at exactly the right moment. Wonder if he did that because he could see the game. And we're waiting for the ref to sound the starting whistle. We are underway at the Avenue Stadium for a huge game in the Southern League Premier Division South between Dorchester Town and Poole Town. Poole immediately on the attack. Clark gets it down towards Torre. Spetch wins the header for the Magpies. Up to the middle of the park where it's loose. Staunton is fouled as he played it forward. Fogden with a bit of a late challenge on Josh Staunton. 2 very experienced players, and it's a free kick to Poole Town inside Dorchester's half. You were saying before we went on air, Taffy, that a big atmosphere like today with a bigger crowd than normal, if you're coming for the first time or if you're a younger fan, something like today could get you hooked, couldn't it?
Oh, massively. I mean, great atmosphere, and if you're a young kid and you come to this atmosphere and it's your local club, I'll wait till a free kick, Cliff.
Poole Town put the ball into Dorchester's area. Spetch heads it away as far as Fogden, who flicks it forward to this near touchline for Kuziela to chase. Just about he can't keep it in. It's out for a throw to Poole Town.
Yeah, there's a bigger picture to this as well. Once you've got the crowd in, you want a performance and you want to keep momentum going. You want to keep these people come. So this could be the difference between 200 people coming at the start of next season and 200 people not coming. So it's massive in every way.
And in terms of, I mean, it's been the best season Dorchester have had in at least a decade. So, I mean, it's the last home game today. Whether they make the playoffs or not, it's been a good season, and I'm sure the crowd will give the Magpies an ovation off.
No, they deserve it. They've done really well. I was speaking to fans, and they said they'd have lost a lot more games, but they've drew games they would have lost, and they've won games they would have drew. And everyone seems really happy and excited about the future. What a ball that is.
Luke Roberts on the left-hand side for Dorchester Town. Where's his support? It comes from Fogden, edge of the box. Back to Roberts. Waiting for the cross, back to Ngalo. He's got Davis around him for Poole. Has to go back to Corby Moore. Ngalo on this near touch line, outside of the boot. Gets Fogden in. Good cross. The keeper gathers it though. Couldn't find Gwengwe. And a good take from Ben Taylor in goal for Poole Town, who's already got his team on a counter-attack on this far side with Harvey Slade. And, locally, the fans are always going to remember games like this and sort of, it's a bit of a cliche, but legends could be made today. The fans are always going to remember who scores like a last-minute derby winner, aren't they?
Always. I mean, it's not Celtic v Rangers, but people go to work together and people, they have bragging rights, and if you're that player who scores that goal, you'll be remembered for years and years.
Ollie Haste, left back, did the commentary with me a few weeks ago. He's won a throw here on the near touch line. And Magpies looking to go forward. Haste with the throw. They've won another one. Charlie Davis put it out of play. Davis back in the team, a set-piece specialist throughout his non-league career, with at least his second spell with Poole. He's got some defending to do because Haste is going down the left wing, and Ollie Haste is going to get a chance to cross it into the area. Fogden, can he keep it in play? Turns, wins the game's first corner off of Josh Staunton.
That was decent by Ollie Haste. He impressed me last time against Walton. He's positive everything he does, and he's got a reward there for he's been positive again.
Yeah, no, Ollie Haste, summer signing from Yeovil. But he's gone to the back post. He's left the corner for somebody else to take here at the Avenue Stadium. This could be the first chance to score in the 3rd minute. Corner for Dorchester Town. The ref wants to talk to some of the players in the 6-yard box first before the corner comes in. And now we'll get a chance for the delivery from
Corby Moore.
Far side away to the left. It's floated high to the back post. Who's going to get on the end of it when it drops down? It is a Magpies player, but it's headed behind for a goal kick to Poole Town. Poole have got the supporters behind that goal, so in the second half they'll be attacking towards their own fans. They've got half of the end behind the goal away to our left. And good to see the weather today, because some of the bank holiday weather, Taffy, was horrible, wasn't it?
I think the weather's worked out perfect. It wasn't very nice this morning, so people have probably cancelled some of their events and they've come here instead, and so it's been perfect.
Ben Taylor's going to take this goal kick for Poole Town up towards Torre. The Magpies send it back into Poole's half. Wiskin and Davis win headers, but it's back with the blue shirt. Staunton gets it forward, and really good strong header from the number 4 Will Spetch. Spetch coming across soon after Tom Killick did, when Killick was surprisingly sacked by Poole Town and ended up shortly afterwards as Dorchester's manager. Batzelis gets Saeed away up towards Billy Lowe's. This is an attack from Poole Town on the left flank, but they've got a forced to go back into their own half. 0-0 here on BBC Radio Solent. We had a bit of a late kick-off here, so it's 5 minutes into the game. So maybe we'll know what happens in those other games before those games will definitely finish for half-time before this one, maybe even full-time. Ngalo's got the ball for Dorchester Town in his own half. To Haste, who's scooped it forward towards Congella on the halfway line, has lost out to Slade, who's then fouled, and it's a free kick to Poole Town. You know, if Poole win today, they're safe, Taffy, but they don't have to win. They could. A point might be good for them if other results go their way, but a point is not good for Dorchester with Havant breathing down their neck for the last playoff spot.
No, they've put themselves in a far better position, so it's not the end of the world. I think there's more pressure on Dorchester today because Havant putting extreme pressure on them. They've got to try and win, really.
Davis puts the ball forward for Poole. Dorchester head it down, and Fogden clears it into the other half. 3 Poole defenders there, playing a bit of head tennis at the back. There's a bit of danger. It's only gone as far as to Fogden. Where's Fogden of Dorchester? Out to the right wing it goes to Matt Bewes. Can't get his cross into the area. Any other scores? Gosport, Borough 0, Havant and Waterlooville 1 from Privet Park. Gosport not having the best of form at the moment. I know there'll be a big crowd at that game, but Havant were excellent on Saturday. Tottenham have scored against Winchester as well through Tony Lee, so Winchester might be dropping back into the relegation positions depending on other scores today. At the moment, the first goal in that game has gone for Tottenham and Tony Lee. Here it's 0-0 and Poole look to come forward. This is Saeed racing forward. Good technical ability he has. Out to the right hand side to Campbell. Campbell's thinking of his options. Out back to the right wing to Davis. Davis puts it into the penalty area but doesn't find a teammate, and it's easily cleared by Spetch up the other end towards Gwengwe. And in the end it's the number 15 for Poole Town, Harry Thomas, who was strongest there. Now here come the Dolphins. This is Saeed knocking it forward, shooting chance for Poole, straight at the goalkeeper, but not a bad break, and Dorchester knowing they've got to be careful. That was Billy Lowes who had to go from the edge of the box straight down the goalkeeper, quite easy in the end for Noah Crisp to deal with.
I think Billy will be a bit disappointed there. I think that was a better chance than what he made of it. He had an open shot on goal there and he should have done better.
Straight at the goalkeeper, still 0-0 here on BBC Radio Solent. And now good luck to Portsmouth today. Pompey can stay up if they beat Watford. Here come the Magpies for Cogella in the penalty area. Support from Fogden. Back to Haste. Finds his captain Ngalo, working it around from the left to the centre with Moore. Ngalo back out to the left to Haste. Low ball into the air. Roberts brings it under control, touches it off, shot comes in, and it goes in. It's a terrific goal from Dorchester Town and Matt Bewes from the edge of the box. The keeper got a hand to it. It hit the post and trickled over the line. Dorchester Town 1, Poole Town 0.
Oh, Poole will be disappointed that, but it's a great strike from the edge of the box. I mean, started with a long ball behind, people running behind, and then they haven't got tight enough, and on the edge of the box they give him a yard of space, and it's a great shot. Keeper got a full hand on it, potentially should have saved it, but it's a great start for Dorchester.
5th goal of the season for Matt Bewes. Has there been a more important one for him? A 9th minute strike which has gone in off via the keeper's glove and the post into the net, and it's the Magpies 1, the Dolphins 0. Gosport 1, Havant and Waterlooville 1 from Privet Park. Gosport Borough getting an equaliser. Now if it all stays like this, it probably won't, it's going to be an epic day no doubt, but if it all stayed like this, Dorchester would be in the playoff positions at the end of the day. But I'm sure Poole have got plenty to say about that. I'm sure Havant and Waterlooville do as well. Now Poole with a bit of urgency. Saeed couldn't control that ball, and Ngalo to Fogden. Corby Moore out to the near side to Ollie Haste. Goals going around everywhere really, because we've got a goal here for Dorchester. 1-1 between Gosport and Havant. Totten 1-0 up against Winchester. big games. Gosport we're hearing just equalising from the penalty spot. Those are 3 very big games. It was hard to know where to pick today, but I think this game will get the biggest attendance of all 3. Dorchester go long down the left-hand side, but can't keep it in play. It's a goal kick to Poole Town, and 1-0 up. And of course, the 2 sets of supporters behind the goal, away to our left, separated by a metre or 2, and a couple of stewards. They're obviously letting each other know what they feel about that goal. And then not the greatest clearance by the Dolphins keeper, and it's out of play for a Poole throw. Yeah, Ben Taylor is the keeper. All in yellow today, been beaten once already. And interestingly, Noah Crisp as well. When I was only here 2 weeks ago with Taffy, but Noah Crisp is a different keeper because of injury that came the way of Poole Town with their keeper Harry Lee. So Noah Crisp, who joined in the summer, hadn't played since the summer, is back in the starting 11. I understand he had an excellent game at Frome, not tested at the moment. And Jack Dixon gets the ball from the middle of the park out to the right. Haven't seen too much play down the right hand side yet from Dorchester. Most of it's come down the left. Dixon goes forward, rides off a tackle, gets past 2 or 3 players. And Garlow, crossfield ball to Ollie Haste, charging forward, getting towards the edge of the penalty area, goes down. Ref thinks that's a foul by Charlie Davis. Didn't look that much in it to me, Taffy, but it's a free kick to Dorchester in a very, very good position just outside the penalty area. Yeah, again, Haste making people run the wrong way. The Poole players run backwards. They don't want to do that. It's positive. It's a good thing. I mean, Poole are really trying to exploit the left-hand side. Olas pulled right out wide. Campbell, the Poole players, pushed up a bit, and they're leaving Josh Staunton pulling out there a bit exposed. And it's worked well, and there's since Dorchester scored, they're the ones with the reaction who've gone for a second one. Basingstoke have got a penalty at Marlow, so if we find out if they score that or miss it, we'll let you know. They're currently in the relegation zone. Free kick here to Dorchester Town. Now, a few minutes before they scored, well, here's a chance for them. Free kick comes in to the back post from Dixon. Nobody there. It was an inviting ball, but nobody there and behind for a goal kick. Just before Dorchester scored, we got news that Havant had scored. That would put Havant in a playoff position, not Dorchester. Then Dorchester scored and Havant conceded a goal, so everything changes. So throughout the afternoon, I'm sure we'll have a topsy-turvy table. Poole's 5 wins out of 7 makes it look unlikely they'll go down. They're 3 points clear with a good goal difference with 2 games to go. But of course, if they do lose this one, they will be looking, as they come off the pitch, nervously at the other results to see if they're safe today or still in trouble. Lowe's finds Saeed for Poole Town. Tries to thread it through to Torre. Back heels it. Can't find Slade. Broken up very well by Jordan Ngarlo, the captain of Dorchester Town. To Roberts. Couldn't find a teammate. Back with the blue shirts of Poole, and then a strong challenge spetch into the back of Torre. The referee says that's a foul. And Paul Barber blew the whistle. It's a free kick to Poole. Yeah, strong challenge, but I like that. That was a good challenge in my book, and it slowed the game down while the Poole player looks like he's asking for treatment. So, yeah, it's a good reaction from Dorchester scoring, and Poole need to do something. They need to react a bit quicker. But Dorchester getting on top, they're hurrying, they're closing down, and it's all good for the moment. But like you said, Cliff, things are going to change all throughout the day. Portsmouth are 0-0 with Watford. If you want Pompey, you'll find them on FM and DAB, all frequencies today, and on Freeview. Online it is Dorchester 1, Poole 0. Poole with a free kick from Davis, ends up finding Staunton on the edge of the box, out to the left wing, back to Staunton, will take a shot, and it deflects over the top. No, clean strike, not far away from goal, but wide it was, and it is a goal kick to Poole Town. Not a bad effort there. No, decent effort.
it's confident, but it was well closed down by Dorchester. But it's a positive sign. It's a positive sign for Poole. They just need to try and get that ball forward quicker.
Ollie Haste has the ball for the Magpies. Back to the Spetch, the captain. Long ball forward for Roberts to try to chase. Staunton's there first with the header. Back to the halfway line. Magpies pick it up with Ngalo. Moore back to Spetch, and then this is the two out to Jack Dixon out to the right wing. Keeping possession well. Dorchester Town are a goal to the good, with Havant and Waterlooville 1-1 at Gosport Borough. Slade for Poole in the centre circle. Finally decides to pass it, finds Staunton. Back to Jamie Wiskin. Back to the keeper. So many players moved across from Poole to Dorchester when Tommy was appointed the manager, Taffy. But Jamie Wiskin stayed. He was one of the sort of big names. Lots of names moved over, like Corby Moore and Will Spetch and Jack Dixon, and there were more that went. But Jamie Wiskin stayed with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, credit to him. He's a loyal lad, and he's been unbelievable for them. I don't know the circumstance. I know Tom was very close to Will Spetch, and I think them three guys, Jack Dixon, Corby, are all very close friends. I mean, Whiskers as well, but Whiskers a loyal character, and what a servant he's been for this club. Unbelievable. Could have went on if he'd wanted to. I know he's had other clubs asked after him, but he's been amazing for them.
1-0 here on BBC Radio Solent to Dorchester over Poole. And Weymouth Down relegated to playing at Torquay today. Some of their fans had earmarked that from the start of the season to have a bit of a party on the English Riviera. Hopefully it will be a good scoreline for Warren Feeney and his team. Torquay looking to go up. It's a very exciting title race in that division, with about 5 teams can still win the league with a couple of games left. Here it's Poole in possession. They want a free kick on the edge of their own penalty area, with Gwengwe alleged to have made the foul, or having made the foul in the referee's eyes. So it's Thomas who puts the ball down. Lets his goalkeeper take it. "1-0 the Magpies lead the Dolphins." Keeper kicks it. And Batzelis does well. Gets it forward to Saeed. Out to the left-hand side to Toure. Back inside to Saeed. Shows a trick or two. Floats the ball towards Davis. Goes wide of the target. Nice idea. Didn't know if he was going to shoot or pass. He tried to get Davis in, but it didn't quite find his head, and it's a goal kick to Dorchester. And the physio comes on to have a look at the goalkeeper for Poole. And while that happens, it's going to be a bit of a water break for both teams. But Poole without a sub-keeper, maybe a little bit worried that Ben Taylor is down. Taylor, summer signing from Evesham, taking the gloves away from Cam Plain during the course of the campaign. What have you made of the game so far, Taffy?
It was the usual Derby hectic start with no one really taking control, and but Dorchester scored. Once Dorchester have scored, they've took control of the game, and they seem to have more of a plan, and they seem to be working a little bit harder. Poole have just looked a bit lost in the last 10 minutes. The break might help them, and that last effort they had where they've tried to cross to Charlie Davis was a bit of respite, so the break could help them, but they're moving in ones and twos. They're not squeezing as they did at the beginning of the game, and Dorchester dictating now. They need to be more compact and need to close down together and a bit higher, because at the moment Dorchester have their own way and just dictating play.
At Fratton Park, it's Portsmouth 0, Watford 0. Pompey, as it stands, are 6 points clear of trouble with 2 games to go. and a pretty good goal difference compared to the other teams, so it could be the afternoon that Portsmouth stay up. You'll find that on all our other frequencies. And AFC Tottenham have gone 2-0 up against Winchester after a Citizens player has put the ball in his own net. So 2 good wins in a row for Winchester, but they are 2 down at Tottenham so far today. Corby Moore out to the wing where Roberts heads it to keep it in play. Poole get it back, only as far as Corby Moore. Now, in the end, Thomas heads it back to his goalkeeper, who's thankfully back on his feet and looks none of the worse for wear for his recent knock. He's thrown it out to the left wing, and Poole have worked it into the centre, and that's a good-looking ball from Slade to Campbell. Campbell was so impressive last time out for the Dolphins. What can he do? He's got past 2 players. Might have to get it back to Thomas, who's up in support on this right wing. Thomas, ball into the area. Magpies get it away, and he's fast to Slade, whose shot hits Torre, his teammate, and Torre then couldn't direct that towards goal. And back in the other half now, where Staunton puts it back to his keeper under pressure from Fogden. Taylor with the clearance. Up to Torre, who's being fouled by Spetch. Oh, the other way, sorry. Which way did you see that, Taffy?
He put his flag up really early, offside.
No. Tom Killick there, standing up with something to say, the Dorchester manager. Can see Pat and Joe on the bench away, in the technical area away to our left. Always interesting to interview them because they like to do it together and answer one question each in a row. Tom Killick coming back in at the request of Glenn Howes. Always found that very interesting how sort of Glenn Howes was the manager here, but he stepped down to bring Tommy in, and I suppose that's been for the greater good of Dorchester, but even it's a bit of a strange one to step down if you're a manager of your own accord.
Yeah, they were struggling badly, and I think Glenn, he's played for the club, he loved the club, and he just wanted what was best for it, and he knew, because he's played underneath Tom, he knows what a good manager he is. So it was a good decision in the end, and he's remained about Glenn, and he's a great coach, so it's worked out for everyone, really.
Torquay 1, Weymouth 0 in National League South. If we look at the live scores in the National League, Eastleigh 0, Yeovil 0. You can find commentary on BBC Somerset of the Eastleigh game and BBC Devon of the Weymouth game if you want those, although with the greatest of respect, those games are sort of dead rubbers. This is a huge 6-pointer for us on BBC Radio Solent, with Dorchester leading 1-0 from Matt Bewes' goal, and Poole trying to get back in this one. Davis plays a free kick out of the left wing to Slade. Out to Bats Ellis. What are his options? Also, it's Saeed coming forward, wriggling through, great skills, and the ref thought his shirt was pulled on the edge of the box. Corby Moore cleared the ball, but the foul was before then. He's got great close control there, number 16 for Poole Town.
Everything that's good at the moment seems to come from him, and he looks really confident. He definitely was being pulled back there, and there was 3 lads around him, and he still got away from them to gain the foul. So yeah, he could be the difference to get them back in the game. He looks decent, and he looks a confident guy. He's on loan from Farnborough. If I was Poole, I'd try and sign him up for next season. He looks extremely good. It's a free kick here that Charlie Davis will take. Saying earlier he's a set-piece specialist. There's a 2-man wall in front of him, and lots of players lining up at the back post. So this could be Poole Town's best chance to get an equaliser. Davis with the free kick, hits the 2-man wall. I think he was going for goal. It's curled out behind for Poole Town's first corner of the afternoon. It's one of those where you try and aim for the far post, and sometimes no one gets a touch and it slips in there. So I think it was a bit of both, really. Davis to take the corner on the far side for Poole Town, looking to get back into this game. Charlie Davis's corner curls into the back post, headed away by Spetz. It's going to fall for Campbell, who took a swing at it, and it's gone wide, wildly so, but I guess you have to have a go with the volley, but he didn't get it right on that occasion. Goal kick to Dorchester. It was a difficult chance. It was coming out the sky, but he was closed down again. At the moment, the Dorchester players have been really disciplined doing their job, but it's definitely since that injury to the keeper, Poole have got back into it more. Poole putting the pressure on Dorchester, but in the end Dixon manages to get past
Saeed, and the pair of them are twisting and turning on that far touchline. And he's forced to go back to his keeper, who's outside of his penalty area. He's got to get this kick right. And Noah Cripps does. Up to the middle. Here's Fogden in a little bit of space, finds Haste. To this near touchline. Good little dribble, but Thomas puts on the end of it, stopping Luke Roberts. And Harry Thomas measures a good ball to the left-hand side. Saeed is in a bit of space there. You don't want to give him too much space. He's got a couple of options in the area, cuts into the box, and then he loses the ball, and a cheer from the home fans as Dixon got that away, and Fogden picks it up, and that's a great pass to Kojela outside the box as he tempted to shoot. Support comes from Gwengwe, he shoots, it's deflected, and it comes back again to him. He's out on the left wing, the top scorer for Dorchester, taking his time, gets it back to Ngalo. No rush to add to the goal they've already got at the moment. Being composed. Edge of the box now. Kojela tries to get him back heel into the path of Fogden, but Thomas is there and puts it out of play. It's a throw via a deflection, a throw to Poole Town. Let's have a look at the other scores in this division, because so much at stake. At both ends of the table for local clubs. So what have we got today? Totton 2, Winchester 0, Bracknell 0, Walton and Hersham 1, Chertsey 0, Hanwell 2, Gosport 1, Havant 1, Marlow 1, Basingstoke 1, Merthyr 0, Hungerford 0, and Plymouth Parkway 0, Frome 2, Wimborne 0, Sholing 1, Taunton 0, Tiverton 0, Supermarine 0, Gloucester 0. So Tony Lee scored for Totton, then there was an own goal. Gosport and Havant, Ryan Seeger scored for Havant, Asher Yearwood equalised for Gosport. Dorchester are one up, looking for a second. This is Luke Roberts down the left wing, cutting it back, cleared by Wiskin. Ball had gone out of play, I think. Roberts wasn't able to keep it in, so it's a goal kick to Poole. Just quickly look at the table, see how that affects things. If it all stays the same, I don't think it's updated properly, because I know Dorchester are currently 4 points, 3 points better off than Havant and Waterlooville. I don't think that table is updated correctly. All stays the same. Dorchester would book a playoff place today because they were 1 point clear of Havant. Well, no, 3 points. It's still to play for because of goal difference, isn't it? Here at the Avenue Stadium, Dorchester Town lead Poole Town by a 1-0. Matt Buse scoring in the 9th minute. Not too many other chances really. The best one, I think, there were 3 half chances for Poole. Staunton putting one wide was the closest of the 3. Hasn't been the classic so far. I mean, I guess, what have we got? 16 minutes to the break. It's not been the classic, but I guess both teams will be reasonably happy, and Dorchester in a very healthy position with Havant drawing at the moment, Taffy.
Yeah, I think on these derbies everything starts quick and then there's always a bit of a lull, but people get tired quicker in derbies because they start off so quick. So come later on in the game there'll be more gaps, and I guarantee there's going to be more goals in this. People will start going for it. Poole will have to have a go, and they'll leave gaps and Dorchester will react to it. So this will get better, but it's really interesting at the moment. It's really interesting to see what's going on and the different little battles that are happening. It's all good.
Poole going forward up towards Saeed. The header's won by Dixon. And then Fogden's trying to get the ball away from Staunton. Here comes Bats Ellis, the number 3. Fogden takes it away from him, puts it out of play. But it's a throw to Poole. Yeah, I've got a correct updated table. There are currently 3 points as things stand between Dorchester and Havant and Waterloo. So if Dorchester win and Havant draw, Dorchester would only need a point on the last day at Hungerford to make the playoffs. They can only make them today if Havant lose at Gosport and they win. So plenty to play for. Let's have a quick look at the relegation zone. Winchester goal difference keeps them out of the relegation zone at the moment. Tiverton and Basingstoke still in the bottom 4, alongside Frome and Marlow, who have been relegated already. So at the moment, Poole are out of the relegation zone by 2 points, and Winchester are on goal difference. So I'm sure that will change as well as the afternoon goes on. Free kick to Dorchester Town, 1-0 up here at the Avenue Stadium. Free kick in their own half. Spetch absolutely hammers it forward up towards Kajela. Wiskin wins the header, falls to Roberts on the edge of the box. Still haven't cleared their lines, and Garlow's got it for Dorchester. Edge of the area, it's up for grabs. Roberts now to Kajela in the area, into the path of Roberts, who slipped. He tripped as he tried to take a shot. He did get a shot in, but it was didn't go very far, and it's Poole who can clear the ball. Up to this touchline where Charlie Davis does well. Tries to play it forward to Saeed, but Dixon managed to put that out of play under a lot of pressure from Torre, but it's a throw to Dorchester, 1-0 up against Poole Town.
What a chance that was. I thought Luke Roberts went with his wrong foot. He should have swung his left. It was a great chance.
Throw to Dorchester. Haste throws it forward. They've won it again. Should really be for Dorchester. Well, the ref and the assistant didn't really know what had happened there. It looked to me as if it should be a Dorchester throw. It is a Poole throw instead, which Thomas is going to take. Thomas has actually looked pretty good. He wasn't in the starting 11 a couple of days ago when I saw them have a good victory against Swindon Supermarine by 4-0. Harry Thomas signed from Peterborough in the summer. Now this is Batzelis for Poole. Billy Lowes against his former club, flicks it forward. Dorchester get it away. Free kick is given, and I think that is given to Poole. It's for a foul on Staunton, who's going to go forward to get in the area, as Davis no doubt will take this free kick for Poole Town. A goal behind. And everybody going forward for Poole. Who will Davis look to get that to? He's got Staunton up there, Slade, Torre. In the end, it's gone all the way through to Campbell, and then Spetch taking the decision to head that behind for a corner to Poole. Sort of had to make a quick decision there what he wanted to do, and he got there first and headed it behind, safety first.
Great piece of defending by Will Spetch. He could have left it for the keeper, but the Poole player would have got in there, so never in doubt for Spetch. He always goes for them, and he's done well there.
Charlie Davis to take the corner. Got some players around the centre spot, some players in the 6-yard box to aim at as well. Davis delivers this one to the near post. Keeper's missed it. It's gone all the way through. It's an equalising goal. Davis has, I don't know if it's gone in directly. Torre's running to the crowd. Maybe he got the last touch, but from the set piece, somehow it's gone in.
Yeah, I think keeper's got to be stronger there. He's not the biggest keeper in the world, but he should have come for it. But it's a great ball in. They've seen the size of the keeper. They've put it right on him. Like you said earlier, Cliff, Charlie Davis put some decent set pieces in, and that was a decent one. I'm not too sure if he did get a touch, but they're not really bothered, really. They're back in the game 1-1. Torre's
been credited with the goal on the stadium, and Tannoy. It's Dorchester 1, Poole Town 1. Basingstoke 1-0 up at Marlow hearing now, so interesting afternoon all around. Have they deserved that equaliser, Taffy?
To be fair to them, Luke Roberts had a real chance to put them 2 down, but they have got, since the injury to the keeper, they've got back in the game and they've been more positive. They've worked this a bit harder and they've got the ball quicker, forward quicker. So really they didn't deserve to be behind, so a draw's probably right at the moment.
Let's take a look at the... So it's 1-1 here, so this will affect things. At the moment it would be as you were, because you haven't a 1-1 at Gosport. Dorchester a 1-1 at home. It's still only 1 point in it. All stays like this. Dorch will be in the box seat by 1 point on the final day of the season. Torre credited with the finish from a great delivery from Charlie Davis. Poole Town social media also going with Torre, the scorer. And Torre's been a crucial signing. Weymouth let him go, which surprised some people. Poole picked him up, and he's now in double figures since joining them a few months ago.
Yeah, for a team that has struggled to score goals, 10 goals is a decent return for him. And without his contribution, they'd be in a whole world of pain now, and they'd be in trouble. But they've definitely got back in the game, and they've gone forward. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting up to half time.
We've got 9 minutes to go. We started a few minutes late, so we are probably going to know the other scores at half time. Poole will gain in confidence. They're on a good run of form anyway. That equaliser, you can sort of sense now they've got a bit more confidence going forward, Taffy.
Yeah, I think they didn't react very well when they went behind, but they've reacted really well now. And like you said, Cliff, the confidence looks to be back. And what's the lad, 16 on the ball again? He's been amongst everything, and they're playing in the right areas at the moment, and Dorchester now just clearing lines.
And of course, news of this equaliser for Poole no doubt will reach Havant and Waterlooville. They are 1-1 last we heard at Gosport Borough. Bit of pushing and shoving, referee saying no foul there. Slade plays a ball forward up towards Campbell, up on the right wing. Spetch is there to thump it away, back to Slade. Misplaced pass from Lowe's gives Gwengwe a chance, backhills it to Kojela, great play, long range shot from Kojela, punched away by the goalkeeper. Good keeping from Ben Taylor in Poole Town's goal. Not a bad effort, but straight, one that the keeper didn't have to pull off a worldie there. He just punched it away, Taffy. Yeah,
great strike, long way out, but he hit it really well. And the keeper done well. He pushed it to the right area, strong hands. But now, yeah, it's opening up, Cliff, and there's going to be more chances in this game.
Absolutely. This could be a derby to remember. It's 1-1 at the moment. Batzelis gets it into Torre. Torre's charged down, tries to get it forward to Campbell. Campbell does well to get it back to Davis. Touches it forward back to Campbell. Campbell's on the left wing. Cross deflects out of play for a throw. 1-1 here. Torre getting the touch on Davis's corner to equalise for Poole after Matt Buse had fired Dorchester into the lead. Poole take the throw. Player goes down in a heap looking for a free kick. Nothing given. Dorchester clear it up towards Gwengwe. Does very well to get there ahead of Wiskin. Where's the support coming from? Still on the ball, Shaq Gwengwe. 10 goals to his name this season. A good foil for Kojela, who's actually got 26 goals for Dorchester Town. Now it's with Ollie Haste of the Magpies. To Luke Roberts. Back to the halfway line to Will Spett. Forward to Corby Moore. Finds Wes Fogden, former Cherries, Brighton, Pompey player. Great experience. Out to Buse on the right hand side. Dixon's on a run. Plays it forward, headed away by Wiskin of Poole. And Poole managed to clear it away back into the Dorchester half. Campbell's limping a little bit. The Poole Town wide man who scored 2 great goals just 3 days ago. He looks in a little bit of discomfort. Corby Moore for Dorchester Town finds Fogden. Out to Buse on the right hand side. Buse opened the scoring today. He's been dispossessed by Batzelis, who head down, runs down the flank and then is knocked over. Ref says fairly by Buse. He was looking for a free kick. I might be inclined to agree with him. Play carries on. This is Gwengwe. Back to Moore. Ungalo to Haste. Dorchester in possession, but need to create more chances. Only that one really good chance so far. Moore out to the left-hand side to Roberts. Determined ball back to Spetch, who sweeps it out to the right wing to Dixon. Lots of possession, but not too many chances. Dixon goes down. Torre makes the foul. He's disappointed with the decision. It's a free kick to Dorchester on the right wing.
Yeah, I think Jack was looking for that, and he got it okay. I think Pat and Joe, Poole managers, have done well because they put Thomas further back to stop the attacks down the left-hand side. So now, but it does leave an opportunity to get Jack Dixon in the game more on the right-hand side, which has happened then. So I'd be looking to get the right-hand side for Dorchester moving quicker.
Free kick to them. 5 minutes to the break. Free kick for Dorchester from the right wing. In towards Spetch, heads it forward. Staunton heads it away. Ungalo, long range shot over the top, out of the ground. And a goal kick to the Dolphins. They didn't really capitalise on taking the lead, Dorchester. You know, I know Poole were a bit shell-shocked for a few minutes, but Dorchester haven't really had too many other chances.
Yeah, I think fair credit to Pat and Joe. Like I said, Campbell was being the wing-back, and he was trying and leaving Staunton isolated, and Olaf was having some luck, Olaf and Roberts, but he's put Thomas back there now, and they've stopped that area. So I think that's a big part of it. So the Poole management acted quick enough to stop it. So credit to them.
BBC Radio Solent, live non-league football. Saturday we'll also have a live commentary. Of course, we're going to wait for today's results to pick that game. We could be with Havant or Dorchester or Poole or Winchester, depending on where the biggest story is in this division, which has given us so many stories this year. Of course, we've been with Weymouth and Eastleigh a few times, but the stories really have been in this Southern League. And it's so many. We've got 9 teams in this league from Hampshire and Dorset, and with Weymouth coming down, it could be 10 if no one goes up. Although, of course, we'll be rooting for someone to go up from the playoffs, whether it's Totton or Dorchester or Havant.
That would be an amazing silver lining, Cliff, if they both don't go up. The league next year will be fantastic. Their crowds will be brilliant. So, in a way, you don't want them, well, we do want them to go up, but we don't for the games we'll get next year.
Absolutely. One here. A little bit scrappy at the moment. There's a throw on the far side. Let's take a look. There's a big derby in the league below, in the Isthmian League, between Horndean, who can still get relegated, and Moneyfields, who can still get promoted. And Moneyfields lead 1-0. They're looking for their 11th win in a row, and Callum Laycock has scored the only goal so far at Five Heads Park, and Glenn Turnbull surprisingly announcing he's standing down as manager for Moneyfields at the end of the season. Done extremely well there. The Wessex League champions last season, looking to make the Isthmian League playoffs this season, and don't know if they would be put up into the Isthmian Prem or the Southern Prem, but that could be another team for us next season. Here's a throw for Dorchester Town to Kozjela out on the right wing. Plays it back to Dixon as Dixon wins the throw. Takes it quickly. Kozjela's in the area. This could be a chance. Plays it off the defender and go back to his goalkeeper off of Staunton's thigh, and didn't quite take advantage of that quick throw. Still 1-1. We've got a minute to go, plus stoppages. 4 minutes of added time.
Yeah, I mean, there was half a chance there. His touch just let him down, but a great bit of play from Jack Dixon to throw it in quick. Poole were asleep, but just his touch let him down this time.
What do both teams have to... What do you think the managers will say at half-time? A point is probably a good point for Poole. It's not going to be a good result for Dorchester if Havant end up winning. Do you think, at what point do you start to think about putting on extra forwards and stuff like that, or at the moment would you keep everything exactly as it is?
If I was Poole, I'd keep the same, but I wouldn't rely on a point. I wouldn't sit back. If you sit back...
Zealous with a good ball over the keeper, behind for a corner. I think the keeper just got a touch just to get there ahead of Campbell. Don't know if it was the best keeping or not, but he's prevented Campbell having a chance. It's a corner to Poole.
It won the best bit of keeping, Cliff, and if I was now, I'd be putting it right on him now. Off this corner, I'd put it right on top of him and attack him. His confidence got to be low after the last 2 things he's had to do, so yeah, I'd put it straight on him.
Corner for Poole to the near post, headed away by Corby Moore back there. There were players at the back post, might have been the better option. Still a chance for Poole. Magpies get the ball away from Davis's attack. And now Dolphins have got it and slice it Down the touchline, still in play. All a bit scrappy, and Garlow heads it forward. Thomas gets it away. Torre controls it on his thigh. Gets it to Slade, racing forward. Plays it out to Said to his left. Slade to Said. Here come Poole Town. This is dangerous, but Jack Dixon is back there and breaks up the attack. And it's a goal kick to Dorchester. If you were Tom Killick, Taffy, you've said you wouldn't change much if you were Poole, but would you change something if you were in Tom's shoes?
I'd want him to go longer, a little bit longer, and squeeze higher. I think normally you get Wes Fogden running beyond people and making defenders work harder. He's been disciplined today, but they've lost that bit of push and pull back now because he sat in more. I'd encourage Wes to push on and get the wide man tucked in and cover his spots, because this Poole defence don't like running towards their own goal.
Voice of Taffy Richardson. Played a great many seasons for Dorchester and Poole, both of these teams. Waiting for be great to hear the attendance in the second half. 1,021 is the highest this season for Dorchester Wimborne. Got a feeling there could be 500 more here today, maybe 1,000 more. We wait to see the attendance when it's given. Last day of a very successful season for the Magpies, who win a free kick in added time on the halfway line. One number 8 fouled another. Charlie Davis with a push into the back of Corby Moore. Half-time, Torquay 1, Weymouth 0. Maybe not the hammering some Terrace fans might have feared, but at the break it's 1-0 to Torquay, who are still trying for automatic promotion back into the National League. Dorchester free kick in added time on halfway. Moore sweeps it forward, keepers out and punches it to Ngala, edge of the box. Keeps the ball, but might need to find a teammate. Finds Buse and Fogden. Ngala lifts it into the penalty area. Nobody there in particular. Keeper puts his foot on the ball. That's easy for him. Still 1-1. Let's see. Shaftesbury had a game against Lark Hall. They would need a point to finish outside of the relegation zone for their last 2 games. Although the club did announce they're being demoted for ground grading issues. They're appealing that, but that's a bit disappointing for Shaftesbury. 1-1 here. Lowe's puts it out of play for a throw. No, it's kept in. Will Spetch into the middle for Matt Buse. Plays it forward down the wing. This could be a chance deep in added time. Luke Roberts has it on the left wing. Thomas is back to dispossess him. It's a corner to Dorchester. Have we got time to take this one? I make it we're in that 4th added minute. Referee, Mr. Barber, giving us time. Corby Moore goes to take this one. Could there be a bit of late drama before the interval? Can Dorchester get their noses back in front and improve their playoff position? Corner for the Magpies. Swept to the back post. It's headed towards goal. Headed off the line by Torre. Spetch's header was on target. Torre puts it behind. No time for another corner because it is half time and it's 1-1. And that was a decent chance for Dorchester with the last effort of the half. Yeah, it was an half chance there. The ref done well to let it go, but it was a good effort and the keeper done well to get it away. But intriguing half, Cliff. It's going to be really good second half. I think both teams are not going to sit back and they'll go for it. Lots of excitement yet to come. This game is very much in the balance. Both teams would like to win today. At the moment, points are being shared. It's Dorchester 1, Poole 1. Taffy and I will head back to the studio and we'll be back with you for the second half live from the Avenue Stadium. Half time, 1-1.
United, then Burnley and Leeds will both be promoted later. Luton, Bristol City's 0-0. Luton still just about in that relegation zone. Millwall are 2-1 up at home to Norwich. Plymouth were 2-0 up at home to Coventry. It's now 2-1 to Plymouth, but Plymouth now, as things stand, are just 2 points adrift of safety. Coventry are now outside a playoff place. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Swansea 1 is the latest. There's not much riding in that game. It's also goalless between Sheffield Wednesday and Middlesbrough, and Sunderland 0, Blackburn 1. Blackburn top half, Sunderland going to be finishing fourth whatever happens. West Brom, their faint playoff hopes will be over if they lose today, and they are losing 2-0 at home to Derby County, and what a big goal that could be for Derby, who themselves are outside the playoff place, and the live table suggests they are now 2 points outside a playoff place. Looks like, as Andy was saying, as things stand at the moment, even if Pompey were to draw, they would stay up with 2 games to go mathematically. We'll get you a Hampshire cricket update in a second. In League 1, Barnsley 1, Peterborough 1. Blackpool and Wrexham is goalless. Bristol Rovers Stevenage is also 0-0. Burton Albion, who've moved 5th from bottom now, are 2-0 down at home to Birmingham, the title winners. Cambridge United could go down today, but not at the moment as things stand, because they're 1-0 up at home to Leyton Orient. It's also Crawley 3, Exeter 1. Toby Stewart's conceded his first goal as a professional goalkeeper on his 7-day loan, but they are going well. They could also be relegated, but again, not as things stand, Crawley. Lincoln Bolton is 2-2. Mansfield 0, Reading 1. Reading still just outside the playoff place going into today. Northampton, who are 4 points above the relegation zone, are 2-0 up at home to Shrewsbury. It's also goalless between Stockport and Huddersfield, 0-0 there. And it's Wigan 1, Rotherham 0. And Wickham, who are second, are 2-0 down at home to Charlton. So Wickham are still just in an automatic promotion place as things stand, but Charlton would go within 2 points of an automatic promotion place with a win. It's all happening there. Also in League 2 right now, it is Newport 0, Walsall 0 was full time. Newport down to 10 men. Walsall, would you believe, scored 90 plus 12. But it was disallowed due to handball, would you believe? So Walsall are now outside an automatic promotion place, having won just 2 of their last 19. Accrington 0, Carlisle 0. Carlisle, if they lose, could go down, but a draw or a win will mean they survive for another week. Barrow Tranmere is also goalless. Chesterfield 1, Bradford 2. Crewe 0, MK Dons 1. MK Dons looking for their first win in 6. Colchester moving outside a playoff place at the moment. They're 2-0 down at Doncaster. Goalless between Gillingham and AFC Wimbledon, and Harrogate and Fleetwood. Morecambe are heading down as things stand. It looks like they are going down to the National League. They're 2-0 down at home to Salford. Notts County 1, Cheltenham 0. And Port Vale 0, Grimsby 1. Port Vale top of the table going into today. Grimsby moving back into a playoff place, and it's Swindon 0, Bromley 0. We'll get a second from Kevin James. I believe he's there any second there at Utilita Bowl. Hampshire against Somerset on day 4. They've resumed play there after that rain delay earlier. Smart speaker and BBC Sounds commentary. In fact, we'll go there now where Kevin James can bring us up to date.
Yeah, well, they were playing up until a few minutes ago, Ian, and they're off once more for bad light. It's been a very frustrating last day here. Current situation, Somerset 163 for 2 in their second innings. They lead Hampshire by just 11 runs, but time is running out, and I'm afraid the players are going to be off for a little while once more. We got play up until lunch, about an hour and a half or so. Somerset starting at 103 for 1. They trailed Hampshire by 49. Hampshire needed wickets in the morning. They only picked up 1. Lammonby caught in the slips by Prestoff Abbott for 24, but Tom Abel and Sean Dixon took them through to lunch when we had a long break with a bit of rain and also bad light. As I say, they came on literally just a few minutes ago, played for a few minutes and have gone off again once more. Very frustrating, and I think there might be another break for quite a while, which means that this game is very much heading for a draw. There was a time in those few minutes for Tom Press to drop Tom Abel in the slips, but I don't think it's going to make much to the overall outcome of the game. Sean Dixon is 77 not out. Tom Abel is 27 not out. As things stand, Somerset 163 for 2 in their second innings, lead Hampshire by 11.
Thanks very much indeed, Kev. Yes, it looks like that one's heading for a draw. You can listen if that play does resume as the sun comes out here at Fratton Park. Smart speaker, you can listen that way. Just say, ask BBC Sounds to play Hampshire versus Somerset day 4, and also available on the BBC Sport app as well. We've got some messages in here. Ender says, can smell a let-down second half performance from Pompey. Hope I'm wrong, but Lowy says Richie hasn't stopped running today. Happy with that. However, could be a nervy half if we don't get the second half right. 81333 on the text. Solent your first word, and on WhatsApp 08000 321 333 at Solent Sport on X. Let's bring you some non-league scores now then taking place. Eastleigh are involved against Yeovil. Eastleigh have only won 2 of their last 10. They are 1-0 up at home to Yeovil though. Maguire, the former Pompey man, on the score sheet for Eastleigh. Yeovil down to 10 men. It's Eastleigh 1, Yeovil 0 currently. In the National League South, Weymouth are in action at the moment. They are up against Torquay United. It's Torquay 1, Weymouth 0. And by the way, you can listen to both Weymouth and Eastleigh games, BBC Sport website and app, and BBC Sounds in the second half. The Terrors at Torquay via Radio Devon, and Eastleigh against Yeovil by our colleagues at Radio Somerset. In the Southern League Premier South right now, AFC Totton are 2-0 up at home to Winchester. Totton in second, but Merthyr will be mathematically winning the title with a win today, and they are 1-0 up at home to 10-man Hungerford. Elsewhere, 1-1 as we were hearing between Dorchester and Poole in our featured non-league game, but Dorchester still just about in a playoff place because Havant and Waterlooville, who are 6th, 1 point behind Dorchester in the table, are drawing 1-1 at Gosport Borough, and it's also Wimborne 0, Sholing 1. Also in non-league football, there's a few matches taking place, including the Isthmian South Central. 2 of our sides going head-to-head right now, and Moneyfields are up against Horndean. And Moneyfields were in front at Horndean the last we heard. I'll bring you that exact confirmation of the scoreline in a second. They were leading by 1 goal, but it's Horndean against Moneyfields in the Isthmian South Central. And in Division 1 South, there's a couple of games taking place today. Shaftesbury are 2-1 down at home to Larkhall Athletic in Division 1 South. And Bashley are in action against Bemerton Heath Harlequins. It's Bashley 1, Bemerton Heath Harlequins 0. Bemerton Heath are going for a playoff place, and I can confirm at half-time it's Horndean 0, Moneyfields 1. And there's also some playoff games taking place this week in the Wessex Premier League semi-finals, both 7:45 kickoffs. AFC Stoneham at home to Andover New Street tomorrow, and on Wednesday it's Fareham Town against Hamble Club. Solent Sports, BBC Radio Solent. We're here at Fratton Park where the sun shines, and Pompey, so far so good. Colby Bishop has given the Blues a 1-0 lead, and if things stay as they are, Pompey will be staying up, and we'll talk in depth after this game between 5 and 6 o'clock. So much to discuss. A reminder as well, for all your latest Pompey content from us, you can just search Portsmouth on BBC Sounds, which includes exclusive John Messino and player interviews, which we'll get later on after 5 o'clock. Every episode as well of Who Needs Mourinho. You'll get a notification as soon as our content for your club is uploaded. If you do subscribe, you just keep your push notifications on, and you can do exactly the same for your Southampton and Bournemouth content. And it is so easy to download BBC Sounds. You just search BBC Sounds into your app store, fill out your postcode, which again takes you just a few seconds. You have to do that just once, and then you can scroll down once you've clicked on the team you want to all of our archive material. A reminder as well, tomorrow morning, breakfast sport bulletins every half an hour from 6 o'clock. We'll be reacting to this game and all of our weekend games where it's been so busy. We've brought you 7 football commentaries and a cricket commentary, and we'll have all the goals from the weekend, including today, tomorrow night on BBC One South Today from 6:45. And this time tomorrow, Rick Jackson will be here on afternoons as well. Always a great listen. And including on Friday, Rick has been speaking to Denise Van Outen, none other than, to give us some tips on what to pack and how to best prepare for your break abroad, as I imagine your planning could well be for your summer holidays. So Pompey players are out on the pitch. The Watford players have emerged now as well. So we will cross over now to your commentary teams. First of all, on the smart speaker and BBC Sounds, Poole Town at Dorchester, an all-Dorset clash. Big game for both sides, a huge game for both sides. Duffy Richardson and Cliff Pledge, your commentary team.
Thank you very much, Wildo. Welcome back to the Avenue Stadium, everybody. Waiting for the two teams to come out on the pitch. Half-time, evenly poised. Dorchester Town 1, Poole Town 1. Dorchester really need the victory today because we still don't know what Havant and Waterloo are going to do at Gosport Borough. At the moment, with the Hawks drawing 1-1 and Dorchester drawing 1-1, it is as you were at the top of the table with just a point separating the two sides. Looking around the half-time non-league scores, I know Ian's given you some. We're not ready to start just yet. Let's have a look at some of the half-times. Eastleigh on 8 games without a win. Will that end today? They're at home to Yeovil and lead 1-0 through Chris Maguire. Relegated Weymouth 1 down at Torquay. Salisbury staying outside of the relegation zone. They're 0-0 at home to Eastbourne at the moment. In National League South, the leaders Worthing are 1-0 up against Dorking. And it's Western 0, Truro 0. A very exciting title race there, but it's in Worthing atop, and they are beating Dorking. And then looking in this league, it's 1-1 here. It's 1-1 between Gosport and Havant. Tottenham are 2 up on Winchester, Tony Lee, and an own goal. Sholing are 1 up at Wimborne thanks to Brad Target. And Basingstoke, how they need the points at Marlow. They are 2-1 up with 2 goals from Clark. Moneyfield's looking for 11 wins in a row. They are 1 up at Horndean thanks to Callum Laycock. Horndean can still be relegated. They've only won 1 in 15 games. Almost a surprise to see Bashley leading Bemerton 1-0. Stephen Walker with the only goal so far. A bit of a derby there for Bashley. Bemerton outside the playoffs by 1 position. They won't get back up there if they lose today. Shaftesbury know they're safe if they beat Lark Hall, but they're 2-1 down. Luke Burbage did score one of their goals. Team's back on the pitch here. Also got to say well done to Infinity, who went up from the Hampshire League to the Southern Combination last season. Their 2-0 win at Selsey today puts them in the playoffs. And Petersfield beat Midhurst and Esbourne 2-0 today. They are just outside, they're 1 point outside the playoffs in the Southern Combination Premier with 1 game left. Jack Lee and Cal Kimber scored for the Rams. And in the Western League, Sturminster Newton are having a good debut season. They won 2-1 this morning at Odd Down, Bristol. So was it Bath? I know it's out that way. With Sturminster winning 2-1. Dorchester back on the pitch. No sign yet of Poole Town. Let's go through the 2 teams. Noah Crisp is in goal for Dorchester. Jack Dixon, where's number 2? Ollie Haste 3. Will Spetch 4. Jordan Ungalo 5. Wes Fogden 7. Corby Moore is 8. Olaf Kojela is 9. Shaquille Gwengwe is 10. Luke Roberts is 12. And Matthew Buse is number 15. He scored Dorchester's goal this afternoon. Substitutes are Wayne Robinson, Brett Pittman, Marcus Dawes, Ian Turner and Luke Pardo. Don't think we've got any of them on at the moment. Obviously Brett Pittman, high profile. I think he's come off the bench 4 times and he's got 4 goals for them in his brief Magpies career. Here come Poole Town back on the pitch, and they are Ben Taylor in goal. 15 is Harry Thomas. 3 is Christos Batzelis. 4 Josh Staunton. 5 Jamie Wiskin. 6 Billy Lowe's. 10 Ezio Torre. 14 Christian Campbell. 16 Salem Saeed. 17 Harvey Slade. Charlie Davis wears number 8. And their subs are Tyreek Clark, Thomas Hewlett, Oakley Hanger, Jamar Smith and Charlie Stevens. So we'll wait to see if any substitutions have been made. Brett Pittman is definitely not on because he's still got his fluorescent bib on. He's just given a hug to Jamie Wiskin. Wonder if they knew each other earlier in the career, when Wiskin did play a game for the Cherries before embarking on his non-league adventure. Taffy, welcome back. What did people say around the ground at half time? What's people's verdict so far?
They're very similar to what we thought, Cliff. They think it's going to open up. A few of the Dorchester fans were a bit more disappointed they didn't kick on after they scored, because they had a good period and they were hoping that they could have went in a couple of goals up. But I think it's a fair reflection of the game at the moment. There's 1-1. Dorchester done really well for 25 and Poole got back into it the last 15-20. So it's going to be interesting. There's going to be more gaps, and I think it's going to be a really good half this half, and there'll be more goals.
Last player to come back on the pitch is the 16, Saeed, and the referee's ready for the game to get back underway now. 1-1 at the break. Poole, a win would make them safe in this league. A win would keep Dorchester in a playoff position in this division. Oh, actually, there's still some more players waiting to come out. The ref's looking at his watch. Campbell and Davis, and his ref shaking his head, and we restart in the half. Live on BBC Radio Solent. Portsmouth lead Watford 1-0 through Colby Bishop. If that's the game you want to listen to, you want your radio on. Online, it's the non-league football. Fogden for Dorchester Town, wriggling on the edge of the box. Buse takes a shot that's blocked. Gwengwe got a foot in there as well. Ungalo sweeps it forward. This is a good early start from Dorchester. Straight into the box. Moore didn't know quite what to do there and flicked a through ball only into the arms of the goalkeeper for Poole, Ben Taylor. Bright start for the Magpies.
Yeah, I think a couple of Poole players come out late and probably showed by them not being ready and set up for the start of the game.
Now Poole go forward and Davis trying to get it through. Is cleared by Dorchester's defence out to the far side for a Magpies throw. I don't know if you saw Hutchie and Hutchinson came up to look for you with Harry, but maybe you didn't catch each other.
I just seen him as I come in, and what a player Hutch was, what a servant to Weymouth. He was such a player. I played with him for half a season, and he was such a good guy.
He's our regular Weymouth summariser. We haven't been there quite as much as normal this season with obvious reasons. It looked from early days like the club were being relegated. Not too much to cheer about. That will all change next season when they're back in this division with Dorset derbies aplenty. Now Davis comes forward with a chance to shoot for Poole. It's just wide of the bottom right hand post, and a good break there for the Dolphins. A player of Davis's quality, not afraid to shoot from the edge of the box but missing the target.
Yeah, he never lacked confidence, Charlie, and it was a decent effort. Keeper was scrambling to his left hand corner, just wide. Good effort.
Coming up in midweek are the Wessex League playoffs, semi-finals. Tomorrow night, AFC Stoneham at home to Andover New Street. Wednesday night is Fareham Town at home to Hamble. And the finals on Saturday at who the highest ranked club. So that will be interesting. Another team from the south getting promoted into either the Southern or the Isthmian League for next season. Top Dorset side in the Wessex Premier were Hamworthy Recreation, who won 5-1 on their last game of the season at Bournemouth Poppies. It's 1-1 here and a throw for the Magpies. Gazella takes it quickly. Fogden's down the right wing. Into the path of Cazella, who's back supporting him. Can he cross it to Gwengwe? Oh, it's just swept over the top from Luke Roberts, and it's a goal kick. It was past Gwengwe. Luke Roberts with the volley over the top. Goal kick.
That was a great ball in there, and I think Luke thought that the defender was just going to get a touch on it, but a great chance for Luke. Didn't get his head over the ball, but like I said, I think he thought the defender was going to intercept it before it got to him.
It's a bit more of an attack-minded game the second half so far.
Yeah, I think if you look at Dorchester have set out really quickly, but Poole, if they can get a job done today, they're safe, and it's massive for them. So it takes the pressure off that last game. So it's in their interest to go for it.
It would take the pressure off, wouldn't it, if in their own hands, especially as Havant and Waterloo at the moment are only drawing their local derby at Gosport Borough. If they draw and Dorchester win, Dorchester would only need a point on the last day. If they match each other, Dorchester would need to win on the last day. Terrific attendance of 2,644. That is more than double the previous best this season here at the Avenue Stadium.
That just shows the interest in the area, and next season's going to be amazing. But well done to everyone for attending today, and they're getting a decent game, and it's only going to improve as well.
Poole Town attacking down the right hand side. That's broken up by Corby Moore of Dorchester, wins a throw on halfway. I don't think the ref knew where to give that one. I think Poole might have appealed more for that one. Billy Lowes picks up the ball from the throw in. Davis goes forward and measures a really good pass to Bat Zellis. Dolphins in the Magpies half. Harvey Slade turns around. Staunton back to his keeper in the end. Ben Taylor, all in yellow, looks up and plays a long ball down the right wing towards Torre. Controls it on his chest. Campbell to Torre. Nice ball forward for Davis. In. Oh, he couldn't control it. That was a really well-timed, well-measured through ball. Davis couldn't bring it under control. It's a goal kick to Dorchester.
Yeah, great run from Charlie. Just didn't get there, but it's great run. It's positive. I think they need to be more positive, and it'll reap rewards.
Ripple of applause as the attendance is announced. I'm sure they'll get bigger ones next year if they don't go up and they play Weymouth. Weymouth, by the way, 1-0 down at Torquay United. Here it's a throw to Poole, right back by their own corner flag. With Batzelis going to take it. This time the throw didn't go very far and it's gone to Dorchester. Dixon, who signed from Poole, he's going to take this throw. Eventually, hasn't got too many options. Maybe he's been encouraged to do a long throw into the box. No, down the right hand side towards Buse, but it's cleared. Not the best use of it. Back to Spetch. Now he's going a bit more direct out towards Roberts. Poole get it away, only as far as Haste. Moore, nice pass out to the wing. What can Luke Roberts do? Can't get past Thomas at the first attempt. Plays it back. Magpies in possession, but forced back into their own half. 1-1 here on BBC Radio Solent. A victory is what both teams really need. Obviously both can't get it, which makes this intriguing. Now Poole trying to break, but Saeed couldn't find a teammate the first attempt or the second, and then Route 1 stuff from Will Spetch, who puts the ball out of sight and it drops back down to Fogden. Surely he's going to play it on the left wing. Ref stops play for a free kick to Dorchester. Gwengwe down, no advantage to be seen, and free kick midway inside Poole's half, very central, which they take quickly through Moore to Buse. To the right hand side, this is Dixon. Got to go to the far post, surely. First attempt to cross is blocked, wins the throw. Where's the support? Dixon is wondering. Goes into the area towards Koziela. Can he keep it in? Big peel for a corner given. 3 corners each now, 1-1. This one is for Dorchester. Corby Moore, who took the first 2 from the left, is going to take this one from the right. And the 2 centre forwards, Koziela and Gwengwe in the 6-yard box. Everyone else for Dorchester over at the back post outside the 6-yard box. Corner to the Magpies, taken by Corby Moore, floated to the back post. First header is by Staunton of Poole. Here's a chance to break. Saeed going forward. It's 3 against 3 if he can find a teammate. 2 Magpies defenders close him down. Saeed loses the ball to Ngalo. I don't know why he didn't go for Staunton. Now here is a break for the Magpies. Koziela's on the right wing to the back post. I think he knew what he was doing there. He's played it all the way out to the left wing into the area. It's Roberts, cuts it back. Fogden in the box, cuts it back again. Koziela takes a shot, it's blocked. And the Magpies still in possession. 1-1 here on BBC Radio Solent in the Southern League Premier Division South. Dorchester looking to stay in a playoff position. Poole looking to stay up. This is Ngalo. Crosses sliced behind in the end. Didn't find a teammate. Goal kick for Poole. Still 1-1.
Yeah, he nearly fluked one there. That was definitely a cross, but it just cleared the crossbar. Positive start for Dorchester. Yeah, they're looking good at the moment, and they're not waiting to see what Havant do by the looks of it. They're just going out to get that goal. Injury at the moment.
Looks like they might be celebrating at Fratton Park. Portsmouth 1-0 up against Watford. Watford down to 10 men. Here the injury is for Selim Saeed, who scored his first 2 goals for the club on Good Friday in our commentary game, where they were victors by 4 goals to 0 over Swindon Supermarine. He's on the turf now getting a bit of treatment. Antonio Diaz was the summariser that day, the injured player for Poole. I've seen him here today. Didn't get a chance to say hello, but it's been an interesting 4 days with 3 different commentaries. I'm very impressed in the first game by Poole, very impressed in the second game by Havant. Both won very comfortably and easily. This one is a bit more evenly balanced. 1-1 with so much at stake. I'm going to take a look at other scores in this league now and see how we are in the other games. Havant and Waterlooville are still 1-1 at Gosport. Winchester are still 2-0 down at Totton. Sholing still lead at Wimborne 1-0, and Basingstoke still lead 2-1 at Marlow. So as you were for all the clubs that we cover, in terms of the league position, Dorchester still 1 point ahead of Havant in the table. That could all change if we get goals in those games at either end. And Winchester and Poole still not safe from relegation as things stand. Winchester out of the relegation zone by 1 point at the moment, so actually they've improved. Some of their opponents must be losing. Poole 4 points clear. Now back to the action here. Poole on the attack, but Zellis does extremely well to keep that away. So Dorch on attack. Fogden back to Dixon, out to Wes Fogden on the right hand side. Is he fouled? Play carries on. Dixon is crossed to the back post. Staunton got there first with a header. A chance for them to break. This is Thomas bringing it away. Harry Thomas up towards Campbell. Thought he'd try and dummy it, but the number 3 Haste read that well. Put it out of play for a throw. 1-1 here in the Dorset Derby. 2,644 here today. Biggest crowd Dorchester have had. I think that is the biggest crowd any of our teams have had in this league. I know Totton got 2,100, I think, for their game with Merthyr. This is 500 more than that. Fogden tries to play the ball forward to Kajela. It wasn't the best pass with the outside of his boot. Staunton clears it. 1 apiece.
Yeah, at the moment, Cliff, it just looks like Poole are just trying to soak it up. They're not really contributing a lot to the game, and Dorchester are having their own way at the moment and on the attack most of the time.
Staunton there nodded it back. A back header to his goalkeeper, who was racing out but managed to catch it. Fogden was trying to get on the end of it. Staunton did, and his back header was safely into his keeper's hands, but for a split second it might have looked like it might have been led to an own goal, but not so. And then a long good kick from the keeper out to the right hand side. Free kick against Poole. They're not especially happy with that shout. Spetz puts the ball down and lofts it over Saeed to Matt Buse. Buse is coming away down the right hand side, back to Dixon. Dixon through the middle now. Nice ball to Kajela. Shooting chance maybe. Brings it under control. Shoots into the side netting at the near post. Goal kick and still 1-1.
Yeah, it was a decent chance there. Great little ball, great run. I think Zellis should have went to the other, drove it across the goal, but it was a good effort. It was decent, and it was another positive note for Dorchester.
So I think if this table, Poole are still 3 points clear of the relegation zone with a much better goal difference, I think. So a change. So Matt Buse, the goal scorer, coming off, and Luke Pardo, the number 19, coming on for Dorchester Town. Pardo on, Buse off. First change either team has made. Taffy, what do you make of that?
I think Buse has done really well. I think he scored his goal, but he's done well out this area. But it's fresh legs, it's a warm day, there's nervous tension that takes your energy away, so it's probably a good move.
And Pardo coming on to play against his former club. Been with Totton as well as Poole. Thomas for Poole Town up towards Saeed. Good control from him. Saeed and Campbell not quite as influential today as they were on Good Friday, obviously against better opposition today. Campbell loses out. Roberts gets it away up to Fogden. Had his heels clipped. Goes down and wins the free kick, taken quickly by Roberts. Good thinking. 1-2 with Gwengwe out on the left wing. Can't find a teammate though. Maybe they shouldn't have taken it that quickly. Fogden tries to get it back to Roberts. Thomas gets it away for Poole. It's 1-1 here. Good atmosphere at the Avenue Stadium. which set of supporters is going to be happier on the final whistle. Batzelis, really good measured ball from the left back position down the left wing for Charlie Davis. Davis back to Batzelis. Thinking, right, dummies it a little bit, goes towards goal, takes a shot, maybe, no. He's thinking about it, hasn't got it on his right foot. Back to Davis. The offside flag is up against Davis. Bit of a waste for Poole. Batzelis should have maybe had a shot. One pass too many. Offside. Free kick for Dorchester.
It was set up to have a strike there. It was on his right foot. It was set up, and eventually they've got caught offside. Especially on a day like this, you've got to have a go, have a strike.
Yeah, Swindon Supermarine losing 3-0 at home to Gloucester, and I think that's helped Poole's position in the table. It's Wes Fogden for Dorchester Town. Into the penalty area from the right wing. Cuts it to the back post. Too strong for Roberts. Great move. Almost led to a goal. It's out of play on the far side to a throw to Poole Town.
Great cross from Wes. Half a chance for Luke to get on it. But that's where Wes is really effective. I mean, just in them little pockets behind fullbacks, he makes great runs on that. And he's got some quality about him on the ball when he does get the ball and crosses and plays balls in, so needs to get on it more though.
Here come the Magpies, and Garlow bravely wins the ball out to the right hand side to Luke Pardo. Dispossessed by Batzelis. Crowd thought it was a foul. Batzelis, nice ball to Saeed. Spoke too soon, little too strong for him. Dixon let it go out of play. Dixon takes the throw. And Garlow. Roberts is in acres of space on the left wing, but they're going for the right hand side. This is Fogden into the area. Staunton blocks his cross. Pardo keeps it in play on the right wing. Good cross to the back post. Keeper was worried about that. Stays in play. Well, no, the flag is up. It's either offside or out of play. Crowd not happy with that, but it is a set piece for Poole.
I think if I was Pat and Joe Poole, the managers for Poole, I'd be looking to change something now. They're now getting overrun, and Dorchester are getting in behind a lot, and crosses are coming in. As if they're waiting to try and get a draw, but it's Poole who are doing the positive things by bringing attacking players on. I'd be looking to change and trying to get further up the pitch if I was Pat and Joe.
Marcus Dawes coming on, replacing Luke Roberts. Good shift from Luke Roberts. And Marcus Dawes, who's got the bright pink boots on, is coming into the field of play. He's another player who's played for Poole earlier in his career. And 2 changes made by Dorchester, none yet for Poole Town. Free kick for the Dolphins. Taylor, the goalkeeper, plays it out of his half. Spetch returns the header back into the other half. Bit of head tennis at the moment. Who can bring this down? Torre tries to get past Haste, finds Campbell. This is a good move. Got to be careful here of Dorchester, but Campbell didn't find the right ball. Just when Davis and Said were getting up there in the penalty area, they couldn't get the ball across to them. 1-1 here on BBC Radio Solent. Campbell has it for Poole Town. Davis sweeps it out. This is a good ball to Slade. Slade's got options. Good low cross. Put behind for a corner. Vital interception. The forwards were queuing up for Poole. Spetch stuck out a boot. Puts it behind for a corner.
Great bit of play. Charlie Davis, Harvey Slade. Harvey Slade peeled off really well there. But I think he should have had a go. He should have drove into the box and had a strike.
Corner given. Don't know why it took so long the ref to decide that. Maybe they thought there was an offside in the build-up, but the corner is given, which looks like Campbell's going to take over on the far side. First time that Davis hasn't taken one. Corner to Poole, looking to take the lead for the first time today. Swept in across the 6-yard box. Headed off the line. Wiskin's header was going in. I think it's Corby Moore who cleared that off the line. Poole cross it again towards Torre, who scores. Terrific cross from the right-hand side. Good poacher's finish. He celebrates with the fans behind that goal. Dorchester 1, Poole Town 2.
Absolutely great finish that is. What a finish. Header was decent off Worcester, got cleared off the line, but Poole failed to close down. Dorchester failed to close down And what a finish that is. Great ball in and a great finish. First time they've been in the box, I think, this half, but it doesn't matter because they've took the lead.
Ezio Toure scores 2 goals in the derby to take his season's total for the Dolphins to 11. What a great signing he has been for Poole Town. Weymouth's loss is the Dolphins' gain, and the chance of we are staying up ring out around the now. It was we are going up earlier from the home fans. Now it's we are staying up from the away supporters.
Yeah, they're taking their time getting back in their half pool, and I don't blame them. Yeah, but now it's up to Dorchester. They can't wait to see what happens or haven't. They've got to go for it. This will make it a really good last 30 minutes of the game. Brilliant.
As it stands, in this game, the only way Dorchester could stay in a playoff position is if Havant lose their derby game at Gosport Borough. Weymouth are now 2-0 down at Torquay on their final away game of the season at Plainmoor. That game is 2-0 to the Gulls against the Terrors. Here it's 2-1 that Poole Town lead. Looking to make it 6 wins from 8, and that would surely keep them in this division for next year. And assuming they stay up, Taffy, Pat and Joe, I guess they would be given time in the summer to bring in their own players, and it could be a revolution. Anyway, here comes Pardo for Dorchester, looking for an equaliser. Good ball to the back post. Stooping header is equalised. It's 2-2. A terrific ball and a back post header.
That's
Marcus Dawes has scored. One substitute found the other. Pardo's delivery, Dawes' header. Dorchester 2, Poole Town 2.
What a reaction that is. It's a great ball in. I think the keeper should have done better. He should have got more of a hand on it. But a great reaction from Marcus Dawes, because it was deflected off the keeper, but a great finish. Poole will be so disappointed. They've just got themselves in a great position, and now it's game on again, and Dorchester will be on the up.
It's turning out to be the thriller we hoped it would be. 2-2 here, pulsating Dorset derby. And we can't... Now you hear the home fans in full voice. What a game. Weymouth 3-0 down at Torquay United today. Their final away day at this level of football, or in the National South, is coming to an end with the defeat that many expected. Here it's 2-2, and absolutely anything can happen. We are at the exact halfway point in the second half. And now we hear the Dorchester going up again, so brilliant stuff. Totton still need Winchester 2-0. Here come Dorchester. Saeed towards Campbell. Backheel towards Saeed. In the air for Toure for a hat-trick.
What a challenge.
Brilliant tackle, comes in behind for a corner. What a move from Poole, and what a goal-saving tackle. I think that's from Corby Moore, and it's a corner.
Unbelievable. That's as good as a goal, that tackle. He draws his foot back to slot it home. Corby's come from behind him and tackle him. That's what he's about, Corby. Brilliant tracking and a better tackle. Brilliant.
Corner to Poole on the far side. Campbell to take this one. What a game this is turning out to be. Wasn't the most exciting first half. This is a brilliant second half. Campbell's delivery to the near post. Keeper punches it away. Staunton picks it up for Poole. Back to Charlie Davis. Sweeps it to the edge of the area. Thomas sticks out a boot. Saeed flicks it forward. Straight to the goalkeeper. Bringing it under control. Noah Crisp. All in green today. And he's going to roll it out. Throw it over arm out to the right back position, where Jack Dixon brings it forward. And Tommy's substitutes proving key there, with one setting up another. Dixon tried to burst through the middle, but it's broken up by Poole. But great use of the substitutes there, with one assist and one goal.
Yeah, brilliant, Tommy. Be happy with that. Get back in the game that quickly. But from that corner, the last corner, Will Spetch, and what a quality header that was. He got above the keeper and headed it away. Brilliant clearance. But it's definitely game on. It's heated right up now.
Gwengwe for Dorchester. Trying to find a teammate. Couldn't quite manage that. Davis has got a bit of time and space in the centre of the park. Just touches it off to his colleague Slade, and then Batzelis back to Staunton. Merthyr are going to win the league today. They're 1-0 up at home to Hungerford Walton and Hersham are going to book their playoff place today. They are 5-0 up at Bracknell. Totton are going to finish runners-up. They're 2-0 up at home to Winchester. And Gloucester, doing Swindon Supermarine some damage, they're 3-0 up. And the last playoff spot is between the Hawks of Havant, who are 1-1 at Gosport, and the Magpies of Dorchester, who are 2-2 here at home to Poole Town. Poole not giving up on this one. Great ball from Staunton towards Torre. Shot is blocked. And Pardo clears it. Wowee. This has been a pulsating derby game. Hayes plays a long ball forward. Kajela tries to chase. Staunton wins the header. Nice cushion pass from Dawes out to Gwengwe on the left wing. Plays it back to Dawes. Can't quite keep it in play. Behind the goal there at the bypass then for the goal kick. And we're going to take another change. 14 for 10. The top scorers. Gwengwe's coming off. Brett Pittman is coming on. Pittman has scored 4 goals. He's been on the subs bench for the past 5 games, and the only 5 games he's ever had for Dorchester. And he's come off the bench to get a hat-trick against Marlow and a late winner at Frome, and comes off the bench here today looking to try and change this game. Currently 2-2 between Dorchester and Poole. And what a calibre of player Taffy to bring on.
Oh, you know, if it's going to drop in there, he's going to be on the end of it. He's just an unbelievable finisher. But with the gaps, because Poole have got 3 at the back now, there's those little gaps. The balls will come in and he will exploit them. So what a player to bring on of a quality of a player like Brett.
Pittman. We're going to see first change for Poole. 16 for 19, which is Tyreek Clark coming on for Selim Saeed. Tyreek Clark joining the fray. He also played for Dorchester earlier in his career. On for Saeed, who was a bit more influential in the first half, I think, than the second, maybe.
Yeah, definitely, Cliff. He had more of the ball there, and I thought he was going to influence the game a lot more than he did, and he's just drifted out a little bit, so it's probably a good substitute.
Here in the back, in the press box here at the Avenue Stadium, Taffy and I live on BBC Radio Solent. If you want Portsmouth, who look like they're staying up today, you need to find them on FM, on DAB, on Freeview, online. We are live with the Magpies and the Dolphins 2-2. And then on Saturday, we'll pick the game in this division that's got the most riding on it. If it's all settled today, I might venture in the league below with Moneyfields or the Wessex League playoff final. But as things stand, nothing is settled in this league today. All finally in the balance. Fogden for this near side to Pardo. Into Corby Moore. Dorchester in possession. To Jack Dixon on the right hand side. Keeps going forward. Goes down looking for a foul against Batzelis. Nothing given. I don't think that was a foul, Taffy.
No, definitely not a foul. It was a bit. It wasn't even a good dive, to be fair to Jack. So, no.
Right. Waste of possession, really.
Yeah, he's gone right. Hey, he's pushing them the other way. He would have got a throw at least out of it. So, not a good decision.
Wimborne Town have equalised at home to Sholing. Will Fletcher scored for them. Wimborne are going to record their highest ever finish in the non-league pyramid. It's still Gosport 1, Havant and Waterlooville 1. Basingstoke have got a 3rd goal at Marlow. Gallagher has scored for them. And Totton still need Winchester 2-0. And as things stand, I'm just going to see so Dorchester a point ahead of Havant and Waterlooville in the table, in the playoff positions. It's the relegation zone I'm interested in. Tiverton and Swindon Supermarine in the relegation zone now. Supermarine dropping in, Basingstoke climbing out, Winchester and Poole staying out. 2-2 here. Just going to quickly see how many points Poole are clear. They're 3 points clear of the relegation zone, so they would need 1 more point if it stays like this next Saturday. Brett Pittman flicks it out to Wes Fogden. Here come Dorchester Town. Fogden in the air. It goes down under Thomas's tackle. It's a penalty kick to Dorchester Town. This is a chance for Dorchester to regain the lead. Pittman fouled Fogden. Did you think that was a penalty, Taffy?
I couldn't really tell by this angle, the angle we've got. The ball went away from goal as if the defender had touched it. But by the Poole Town reaction, it looks like a penalty. They're not really arguing with the referee. They're not protesting a lot. So I think it's the right decision.
From the angle and the view we had, I wouldn't have given it. The ref is right on the spot, so we're not going to argue with him. Brett Pittman puts the ball down.
That's really interesting because Olaf smashes them in.
Penalties this season, Olaf Koziela. I don't know if that was a bit of kidology. Pittman has given the ball to Koziela. Koziela scored 8 penalties this season for Dorchester. Dawes has scored 1. They've scored 9 penalties this season. Koziela to put Dorchester back into the lead. He's got 26 goals this season. This would be number 27, or can Ben Taylor keep it out? Big moment for Dorchester. The avenue goes quiet. The ref makes sure everyone is outside of the penalty area apart from the keeper and the taker. Koziela with the penalty. Into the bottom right-hand corner. The keeper got a glove to it. It's found its way through. It's Dorchester Town 3, Poole Town 2.
It wasn't right in the corner. The keeper got a really strong hand out and he'd be disappointed. It was a great attempt from the keeper, to be fair to him, but once he got there, he'd be disappointed it didn't go in. But now it's all to do for Poole. Can't wait for the results.
And if Dorchester win, you know there's nothing Havant can do. Dorchester would be in the 5th place going into the final day of the season. If Dorchester win and Havant don't win, they would only need a point on the final day. If Havant get a goal back, Dorchester would need a win on the final day. But as things stand, it's very much in Dorchester's hands. And if Poole a few minutes ago were only 3 points above the relegation zone, this goal would mean they're now only 2 points above it. So nothing could be taken for granted with the games out there today.
Yeah, Poole don't want to wait for that. They don't want to just... 2 points is it's not brilliant, but it's decent to go in the last game. But you don't want to wait. You want it in your own hands on the last game.
We've got the drama that we wanted here. I don't even think it's going to be over yet because what a feisty and what a terrific derby this second half has turned out to me. And an attack-minded game. I don't mean feisty as in dirty, just both teams really going at it hammer and tongs. It's a throw on the far side to the Magpies, whose fans really are in good full voice here at the Avenue Stadium. Best season for quite some time, definitely since they dropped out of the National League South.
The one thing, if I was Dorchester, I wouldn't do. I'd try not to give set pieces away now, because that's where Poole looked the most dangerous. So if I was them, I'd be disciplined and I'd try not to. Don't play in my own half, play in the other half. Don't give set pieces away.
Pittman tries to get on the end of a long ball up. It's a free kick to Poole. Campbell goes down. He's the player fouled by Dixon. Poole are going to have another go at this one. They were behind and then in front, and now they're behind again. Another change for the Dolphins is 15 off and 2 on. Thomas, I thought, has had a very good game. He's coming off. Oakley Hanger comes on. Hanger against his former club. He is on, and Thomas is off. And Hanger's got a great delivery on him. Saw him last season when he excelled in the league below for Wimborne Town. Helped them win promotion. Move to Poole. It's a free kick to the Dolphins. They trail 3-2. Charlie Davis will take this one. Not the best ball, easily cleared by the Magpies. Davis picks up the loose ball. He's racing down the left touchline. He's into Dorchester's half. Out to the left-hand side. He's gone for Slade. Slade keeps it in play. Cross into the area. Spetch heads it away. Fogden heads it back into a good position. Pardo clears up towards Pittman. Pittman is knocked off the ball fairly, and Lowe's gets it back to his keeper. crowd just gets a little bit excited whenever the ball goes to Pittman. Here's Charlie Davis of Poole. Dorchester lead 3-2 in this Dorset derby. Last time I checked the score, Pompey were 1-0 up at home to Watford and staying up. If you want to listen to Portsmouth at Fratton Park with Andy Moon and Guy Whittingham, you need to find them on FM, DAB and Freeview. Online it is Dorchester Town 3, Poole Town 2 in front of 2,644 fans here at the Avenue Stadium who are enjoying the drama of this one. Just going to refresh the scores in this league. Have we had any more goals? Still 1-1 between Gosport and Havant. Basingstoke still lead. They are out of the relegation zone tonight. Totton still lead Winchester 2-0. And Wimborne and Sholing is still 1-1. Kojella goes forward for Dorchester Town. They're looking for another one. Back to Fogden. Nice ball to the edge of the box to the 17, Marcus Dawes, who scored the 4th of the 5 goals scored this afternoon. Dawes can't get past the defender. Poole going to clear it away. Oakley Hanger, one of the first things he's had to do is smash the ball off Dawes. Goes behind for a goal to Poole Town. Gosport 1, Havant and Waterlooville 2. Ryan Seeger, he's getting near 40 goals this season. He's got more than 30. Seeger has scored there. Thank you, Josh, for sending that score across. Josh is watching Weymouth today. Havant and Waterlooville and Dorchester both winning, so it's as you were at the top. Fogden cuts the ball back towards Pittman. Staunton gets it away. Dorchester get it back. A real derby tie we've got here. Ungalo to Pardo. To Dixon. Not in any hurry to get it forward at the moment. Passing it nicely in triangles down the right wing. Pardo tries to get it past Batzelis. It's Batzelis who wins the ball. Down the wing to Clark for Poole Town. Good run from him. Is he going to be able to get across it? He's still on a run. The Magpies get it off him. They do well to win it. They're giving it straight back though. Ungalo gave it to Batzelis. Batzelis is on a great run. Good low cross towards... Oh, it's just gone wide in the end. It's a corner. It almost came back to our man who's on a hat-trick, Ezio Torre. But it's a corner.
Dorchester nearly paid the price for not cleaning their lines then. Great cross in, and what a block that is. It was going in the bottom corner, but a good block. But this is dangerous again. This is what Poole want. They want set pieces.
Poole Town have won their last 6 league games at Dorchester. An astonishing record, most of them masterminded, of course, by Tom Killick, who's now in the opposite dugout. They're looking for another equaliser here. They've got a corner on the far side. Swept to the back post. Who's going to win the first header? It's Spetch who gets it away for Dorchester. Had a play for a throw to Poole Town. 6 minutes on my stopwatch plus added time. As other scores were, Poole will not be safe today without getting anything from the game. And it's a throw to Dorchester Town, back by their own corner flag. And the assistant's flagging something. Maybe it's the ref's telling the throw taker to go back a little bit. And what a job Tom Killick has done at Dorchester. Whatever happens this season, he's transformed a team that were pretty much always in the bottom half of this table in recent years, excuse me. And there's a great atmosphere around the place. Well, I reach for a lozenge, Taffy. Your take on what Tommy's done here in his year and a bit?
I mean, it's amazing what he's done, but I know Tom, and if they don't get in the playoffs, it'll just be a failure. He won't look at any positives in it. He'll just class it as a failure. He always sets out to be in playoffs. He wants to win the league, but he always sets off the season to continue the last game into the playoffs. So he'll be so disappointed if they don't. But how important was that penalty from now haven't scored? And what a great penalty as well he put it in.
Yeah, another change for Poole Town. Charlie Davis has had a decent game. He's coming off and on his number 11, Tom Hewlett, so a forward for a midfielder. Hewlett, a big summer signing from Burton Albion. He's only got 4 goals though so far, the forward, but I guess he could put his name in Dolphins folklore if he got the equaliser today. And Magpies making a change now. Costello, the top scorer's going off. Wayne Robinson coming on. A forward for a forward.
He's done well again, Olaf. He's been decent. He's picked bits and pieces up, and he's always there and thereabouts. Had a couple of half chances, but he put his penalty away really well. They're saving him probably for the next game.
Last day of the season, Dorchester are away to Hungerford Town. Having a Waterlooville have a home game against Wimborne Town. At the other end of the table, we'll wait to see if Winchester and Poole are safe. I don't think they will be. Poole are at home, and Poole have got Chertsey, I think, on the last day. Winchester will be at home on the last day. Now here come the Dolphins. It's with Hewlett. First touch for him, out to the right hand side to Hanger. Hayes got there first. Good burst of speed, plays it up the other end of the pitch. Wiskin knew he had to get rid of that because Pittman was behind him. Fogden goes forward. Can't find a teammate. Poole get the ball back. Clock ticks down. 3 minutes on my stopwatch. This is Torre. Nice ball into the area for Batzelis. All to the near post delivered. Spetch puts it behind for a corner. Good move from Poole. Good defending from Dorchester.
Yeah, it's always Will Spetch. All we hear is Will Spetch gets it away. Will Spetch blocks. He's priceless for this team. He's so important for it.
Corner for Poole Town. They'll think that they'll be unlucky to lose this one. They've given a good account of themselves. They're 3-2 behind. Corner comes in from the left-hand side to the back post. Wiskin's header heads it back. Pardo's header gets it away. It's going to be a throw to Poole Town on the edge of the area. A late equaliser here would make their chances of staying up a lot easier and would make Dorchester's chances of going up a lot harder. So Dorchester have got to try and see this out. Poole have got to go for it. Campbell and Clark working out on the right hand side. Robinson gets it away for Dorchester. Still in their own half. Fogden got in there, wins a free kick, and that's a yellow card for Billy Lowe's. I think that might be the first yellow card we've seen today.
Yeah, which is amazing for a derby. And the derbies of old, there wasn't many people who didn't get yellow cards.
Here in the press box at the Avenue, with Neil Walton from the Echo typing away to our left. I've got a feeling I might see Neil next week at Hungerford as things go, if Dorchester are still in the box seats and can still ahead of Havant in the table. With free kick for Dorchester going long up towards Robinson. He's not going to keep that in play. Wiskin's going to see that out. Goal kick. I've got a minute on the stopwatch. It's 1 minute to go. It's 3-2 that Dorchester lead Poole. It would still be in their own hands. Just looking if there have been any more late goals in this league. It's still as you were in pretty much all the other games. So congratulations to Merthyr on winning the league, and it looks like the top 4 are all in place now. It's just position number 5. This is Clark for Poole into the penalty area against his former club. Might be a chance to shoot. The shot is blocked by who else but Will Spetch. Finds Staunton, loses out to Pittman. Here's a chance to break. Staunton wins the ball back from Pardo. Campbell, nice ball out to the right wing. Terrific ball, good control. Hanger's going to win a corner.
Last 2 corners have been disappointing.
6 added minutes.
Yeah, last 2 corners have been disappointing. They need to put this right on the keeper.
Anything can happen in 6 added minutes. This time last year there was huge drama in the reverse fixture, where there was a last minute penalty saved by Poole. They won 2-1 here against the odds. Here they're looking in added time to equalise. Campbell's corner. Headed away by Spett. Up towards the number 17. Is he fouled?
Billy Lowe's could be gone here.
Billy Lowe's
could be gone.
His
Could be
second
gone.
yellow card in the space of 2 minutes for the foul on breaking away Marcus Dawes down the left wing. We haven't only had 2 cards in the game, both in the closing minutes, both to Billy Lowe's against his former club. He's sent off.
Yeah, I don't think Billy could. He can't argue that second one, definitely.
Jack Dixon's been given as man of the match. Billy Lowe's has got the walk of shame against the Avenue where he used to play. He's been sent off.
Yeah, it can't have any arguments about that, Billy. If he hadn't been booked, it's a decent foul because it broke the attack up, but yeah, he's got to go.
Voice of Taffy Richardson, who's second game in a row at the Avenue, helped us out with the summary. Good times for Dorchester Town, going for another goal up towards Pittman. Too long for him. Wiskin wins the header for Poole. Wiskin's got to try and clear it again now. Not the best ball back to him from Hanger, not the best clearance either. Fogden might win this one back. Dawes, there's a big scramble for the ball on the far side. Magpies win the throw. Congratulations to Colden Common, who've won the Hampshire League today. They've beaten Liss 2-1. They'll be coming up into the Wessex League next season. Dorset League winners were Bournemouth Sports, who haven't applied for promotion. It will be Dorchester Sports going up, I believe, who play at the Avenue. So the Avenue will host Wessex League games as well as Southern League games next season. Or National League South games if Dorchester do go up in the playoffs. It was an interesting first half, but it wasn't exciting. This second half has been mind-blowing, Taffy.
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's and like you said, it brings people back to watch. It's been a really good game, and credit to both teams. They both had a right go at it, and they both played really well. And whoever loses, it's not lack of effort or lack of commitment. It's just that little factors that have made it, and the penalty was just the difference.
That's the second game in a row where we've said an Olaf penalty's been the difference. He certainly knows how to take them. That's 9 this season that have found the back of the net.
Yeah, he's got some confidence in front of goal.
Robinson takes on Staunton. This might be a late chance for another goal. Wayne Robinson out on the right hand side. Batzelis breaks up the attack. Which way's this throw going to go? It's been given to Poole. Got to say with Batzelis, a summer signing from Biggleswade. He was a youth player at Watford and Swansea. He's had quite a good afternoon today.
He's had a decent game.
Poole looking for, I think we're in the 4th of 6 added minutes, looking for an equaliser. It's 3-2 to Dorchester. Dorchester, if they win, will stay in 5th spot going into the last day of the season, where they would need a win to book their playoff place. Poole have won a free kick on the left wing. An equaliser for Poole would change everything and put Havant and Waterlooville back in the playoff places. Yellow card, I think that's for Pardo. It's the first yellow card shown to Dorchester. And it's a free kick for Poole, who are not giving up. Is Torre going to get the chance for the hat-trick? Campbell's got this free kick on the near side, on the near touchline. Everyone from Poole is bunched at the back post. Campbell's free kick floats to the danger area. Wiskin gets a header. Who's it going to fall to? Still with the Dolphins. Staunton out to the right-hand side to Hanger. Hanger's dribbling it, and he's put the cross wide. It's gone out of play for the goal kick.
Great defending by the skipper. Pushed him out wide. I think when we look at the other scores after the whistle and see if Poole have done enough to survive today, or if the battle to stay up goes to the last week. For Dorchester, this is a huge 3 points. Portsmouth in the 11th added minute, they're still 1-0 up at home to Watford. Well done to John Mousinho and his team. If they stay in the Championship, there'll be South Coast derbies with Southampton next season. Dorchester Town lead Poole Town by 3-2 in the closing stages here.
Fogden gets the ball forward to Pittman. Free kick given, no advantage played. Fogden was fouled. The ref reaches for his pocket and then decides not to caution a player. And quite ironic that Paul Barber didn't caution anyone until like the closing moments, and now he's shown 3 yellows and thought about showing a 4th there. 1 added minute left for me. I make it we are in the 5th added minute. They indicated 6. Corby Moore plays it up towards Robinson. Out of play for a goal kick. Poole have only got a matter of seconds to get this up the other end. Or they might still need a result on the last day for their last home game at home to Chertsey Town. Staunton's running it out of defence. They should have gone long really. Batzelis plays it down the wing to Campbell. Flicks it forward to Clark. One last chance for Poole Town maybe. Tyreek Clark. Can he get past Ngalo? He wins the throw. Weymouth have lost 3-0 at Torquay United. Here it is 3-2. Dorchester lead Poole Town. One last encouragement from the home fans to defend this one. Campbell's throw for Poole Town to the near post towards Wiskin. Spetch heads it behind for a corner. There's still time to take it. The ref's not looking at his watch. He's given Poole chance to take this one. This is their 8th corner. They've won significantly more than Dorchester today, but have they done anything with them? Campbell to take this corner. Deep in added time.
It's a great ball.
Again, I think it might have been Dorchester get the header away. I think it might have been Spetch. Back to Campbell. Campbell in the penalty area. Cuts it back. Still going to fall to Clark. So many defenders around him. He's forced back to Campbell. They're going to run out of time here. Campbell to the back post. Torre volleys it over. And the full-time whistle's going to sound as well, I'm sure. It is a victory for Dorchester Town in a pulsating Dorset derby by 3-2 against Poole. Taffy, what have you made of that?
That is an unbelievable chance at the end. That should have been 3-3 at the end. They'd be so disappointed with that. And will that be costly going into the last game of the season? Great ball in, but yeah, it's a shame someone's got to lose. But I think in the end, Dorchester just about edged it. But it could have been a draw at the end.
Well, what a fantastic advert for Dorset football, for Southern League football. We enjoyed this one.
Oh no, that was really enjoyable. Great game. And like I said, credit to both sets of players, both sets of managers. He's played in the right spirit. There was a sending off, but it wasn't for anything really bad. And credit to non-league football in all.
Congratulations, Pompey. They're staying up. They've beaten Watford 1-0 today. We'll head back to the studio to let Ian Wilding let everybody know how all the other games went locally. A great day for Pompey, a great day for Dorchester, a super Dorset derby. Thanks to Taffy Richardson. My name is Cliff Bledge, and it finished at the Avenue Stadium. Dorchester Town 3, Poole Town 2.
3-2-1 triple three. Solent, your first word at Solent Sport on X. Linda says, well done, Pompey. Brilliant effort. We'll hear from John Messina. We'll hear from some players, all live, all going up on BBC Sounds. And in our featured non-league game, Southern League Premier South, all Dorset clash. It's the Magpies that come out on top.
Here come Dorchester Town. Fogden in the air. It goes down under Thomas's tackle. It's a penalty kick to Dorchester Town. The Avenue goes quiet.